This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Team as well.
Matt Crafton just in front of him. Crafton again running for the championship as he sits second in the points to Ron Hornaday. Here's Brian Eichler, and the caution comes out one more time. Second caution of the day. Flying this time. It looks like we've got a truck up in turn number 4. Not able to get off the racetrack, and a little damage to the right front of that 87 of Chris Jones.
Chris may have lost a right front tire, and then looks like the tire's up now, though. Obviously rubbing that damaged fender.
We see Hornaday's crew throwing the tires up on the wall. So we'll see if he closes the gap. Terry Cook couldn't close the gap on Hornaday when he was running second. Now it's Eric Almirola's turn. We'll see if he can close in on that 33 of Hornaday. Hornaday has been dominant today. Oh, and we've got problems with the 84, and he catches the 10 and the 8 as well. The 07 involved. So Jason Young, we've got Dennis Setzer, we've got James Busher all into the inside wall in turns 3 and 4.
Dennis able to continue without a great deal of damage, it looked like, but a lot of damage to Jason Young, a lot of damage to the 10 of James Busher.
We talked about
watch for the 07. There's look in front. You see the smoke. Dennis Setzer, the 8. Oh, the 84 was in the outside wall. The 07 had slowed. It looked like maybe on the bottom of the racetrack, and then possibly the 10 made contact with him. There's another view. Yes, looks like maybe the 07 and the 10 possibly got together, or maybe the 07 just got sideways.
Just behind that 8 of Dennis Setzer. Again, Setzer was involved in the most recent incident on the racetrack.
It didn't appear to have too much damage to that 8 truck, but you never know if you hit a wheel, if it gets a wheel, gets a toe in out or the camber out.
Oh, trouble! Problems right there in front of us. The 51 of Brian Eichler goes around.
Ricky Carmichael got to the inside of Brian Eichler, and Brian came down the hill. They made contact. You can see the damage to the left rear quarter, that Mikazuki Toyota.
5 laps now. Take another look. That 4 was down there. It looked like Brian was trying to take up real estate that was already taken.
Yeah, David Starr had gotten by Brian, and Brian was going to try to follow him in to the corner on the bottom of the racetrack, and Ricky stuck his nose up in there. He was all the way up to the rear tire. I'm sure Brian didn't think he was going to make that move. They made contact. Unfortunately,
rounding out the top 10 is Rick Crawford, and debris on the track means we have a caution once again, guys.
Thanks a lot, boys. It was the 5th caution. We're having debris on the racetrack, and it looks like it came off of that 84 of Chris Fontaine. So we see the damage to the right front as it scrapes along the access road to pit road.
Now here's where that strategy is going to come into play. We know all these trucks on the lead lap are going to come for tires, and they're going to come for fuel because now they're in their window. Brian Scott, the 16, David Starr, the 24.
Guys like Ron Hornaday, he came in and did tires and fuel, so they knew he was going to make it. No questions asked. The question mark is still in the pits of the 16 and the 24.
And David Starr in the 24 truck actually came in 2 laps after Brian Scott. Brian came in on lap number 75. David came back in, topped off on lap 77.
So it could be a close call as we wind down the final laps of racing here at Memphis Motorsports Park. Again, this could be the 3rd win for Ron Hornaday at this facility and the 2nd in a row. He won the Elvis Trophy a year ago in dominating fashion. He led 139 laps in that race. He has already led 167 in this race tonight.
These 2 trucks right here have been battling since we restarted. Johnny Sauter, the Fun Sand Chevrolet, the 13, and the 6 of Colin Brown, the Conway Ford. And there's the Copart Toyota of Todd Bodine that's going to join this battle. That's 8th, 9th, and 10th right here.
8th, 9th, and 10th. You could throw a blanket over the 3 trucks as they work down the front straightaway. Again, Todd Bodine and Ron Hornaday involved in the Copart Challenge of Champions. Go to Copart.com for that race. And this is a big battle right now between 8th, 9th, and 10th. A caution comes out on the racetrack. Take a look at that. That's Dennis Setzer in the 8 sliding through the infield, as well as the 81 of Taylor Malsom is stopped on the racetrack.
Wow, caution late. That 2.5 second lead that Ron Hornaday had is gone.
Now the big question, is this good or bad for the 16 and the 24? Because now we've got a green-white checkered possibility coming up if it takes a while to clean the track.
They're also, and again, we're going to have to check all the math that we've been talking about, but they're going to get some caution laps, so they're going to gain some fuel mileage on these caution laps.
So the caution comes out when we had 6 laps of racing to go. Taylor Malsom and the 8 of Dennis Setzer involved in this, the 6th caution of the day.
Restart, and he's one of the greatest we've ever had on restarts.
Brian Scott right on his back bumper, as is David Starr behind him. Green flag back in the air. Here we go. 2 laps of racing from Memphis.
Here comes David Starr to the inside.
David Starr trying to take second away from Brian Scott. Those 3 separate themselves, and they're able to hold on to their positions through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch they go. Hornaday with Brian Scott right on his back bumper. A good race now for 4th and 5th. Matt Crafton and the 15 of Eric Almirola. Here comes the 5 of Mike Skinner. The white flag goes in the air. The battle for the lead. 2 truck links between Hornaday and the 16 of Brian Scott.
Oh,
Here comes Skinner.
Got Almirola on the inside.
Almirola takes the position away from both Crafton and Skinner as he chases it up the racetrack. And now a clean racetrack in front of the 33. Hornaday will come to the start-finish line and win his 2nd Elvis Trophy in Memphis.
Contact there, middle of the pack. Mike Skinner, Timothy Peters made contact just before the start-finish line. Mike Skinner got the 6th spot.
Mike Skinner finishes 6th. Rick Wren celebrates with his team. Another win, back-to-back wins in the 2009 season, and back-to-back wins here at Memphis Motorsports Park. Ron Hornaday winning his 42nd Camping World Truck Series race in 236 starts. Let's go down to the winning crew chief. He's with Ray Dunlap.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.